Recently, the world has shown heightened interest in issues surrounding environmental sustainability. Researchers are becoming increasingly concerned about the long-term negative impact of human activity on the environment. In turn, many have come to believe that society should adopt attitudes and behaviors that consider environmental impact. But how do we instill these traits into society? Education has the ability to create environmentally responsible citizens that have the capacity to save the natural world around us. When students, our future business leaders, have the requisite environmental education and motivation to implement sustainable business practices, we will start to see solutions to many of these problems. Moreover, many researchers believe that environmental sustainability programs on the college level can change students' attitudes and behaviors through increased environmental knowledge. Educators and administrators play a critical role in the lives of future generations. Thus, the university setting is an opportune environment to educate and positively influence these long-term stakeholders. The aim of this study was to examine and compare students' environmental attitudes and behaviors in response to the amount of environmental knowledge gained in two different classrooms. In particular, it asked the questions: does increased environmental knowledge truly predict these variables alone? If not, which variables contribute to pro-environmental attitudes and behaviors? The data was gathered via a pre-test and post-test Qualtrics survey that was issued to Dr. Thyroff and Dr. Siemens' consumer behavior classes at Clemson University. A total of 176 undergraduate students completed the survey, specifically 106 females and 70 males. Participation in this study was voluntary, and compensation was in the form of extra credit. The data was analyzed to examine the similarities and differences between the students' knowledge, beliefs, concerns, intentions, and behavior variables. Only one class, Dr. Thyroff's, incorporated environmental sustainability, although both classes were exposed to consumer satisfaction. Dr. Siemens' class served as the control group. Within the survey, participants were asked to respond to statements or answer questions based on Schwartz and Stern's value scale, Richens and Dawson's materialism scale, environmental knowledge, and demographic information. Participants responded using a 7-point Likert scale. The same questions were used in the pre-test and post-test surveys. Preliminary data was analyzed using Qualtrics. Further data was analyzed using SPSS. An ANOVA test was utilized to examine the knowledge before and after students were taught the topics. A multiple regression analysis examined the role of environmental knowledge on beliefs, concern, intentions, and environmental behavior. The process macro was applied using Model 4 and 8 to test mediating and moderating factors. The results of the pre-test survey indicated that there were no statistically significant differences in the means between Dr. Siemens and Dr. Thyroff's classes regarding consumer satisfaction knowledge or environmental knowledge before learning the topics. This is indicated by their insignificant p-values. According to the results of the post-test survey, after both classes were taught consumer satisfaction, they showed no significant difference in knowledge about the topic. However, Dr. Thyroff's class showed a significant increase in environmental knowledge after learning this topic. This suggests that her class did indeed learn more about environmental consumption. A standard multiple regression of students' environmental knowledge and environmental beliefs, concern, behavior, and intentions showed that knowledge plays a significant role on beliefs. That is, students with more environmental knowledge have stronger beliefs that the environment is in trouble. However, environmental knowledge does not play a significant role on concern, behavior, or intentions. While there is no significant relationship between environmental knowledge and behavior directly, there is a direct effect between environmental knowledge and concern, and an indirect effect of environmental knowledge on behavior, with concern as a mediating variable. Thus, as indicated in the diagram, concern mediates the relationship between knowledge and behavior. When observing the role of gender orientation on concern as a mediator for knowledge and behavior, respondents who identified as feminine and gender-neutral served as significant moderators. That is, feminine and gender-neutral respondents with environmental knowledge showed more concern and, as a result, exhibited more environmental behavior. This was not the case for respondents who identified as masculine. The results of this study support the notion that students benefit greatly from incorporation of environmental sustainability in the curriculum. Respondents in the treatment condition exhibited a substantial increase in knowledge on environmental sustainability and came to understand the role of various environmental issues, specifically in the context of marketing. Despite these trends, environmental knowledge alone did not facilitate a change in concern, intentions, or behavior, although it did impact beliefs. Respondents came to perceive that various consumer behaviors are indeed harming the environment. These results indicate that the inclusion of environmental sustainability in one class's curriculum was not enough to affect these variables. While environmental knowledge did not significantly impact behavior on its own, environmental concern served as a mediator in creating a meaningful relationship between the two variables. More environmental knowledge led to increased concern, which moderated environmental behavior. What students came to feel and believe in regard to the environment determined their attitudes and ultimately their behavior. Furthermore, feminine and gender-neutral respondents exhibited greater concern for the environment than masculine respondents, which in turn led to a gender difference in pro-environmental behaviors. Thus, gender orientation does play a fundamental role in predicting environmental attitudes and behaviors. All in all, this study works to demonstrate to marketing educators and administrators that incorporating sustainability into the marketing curriculum is highly important to the future of our natural world. The main goal of environmental education is to ultimately change student behavior. Thus, it is important to understand the basis of environmental attitudes in facilitating change of student environmental behavior. To encourage marketing students to have pro-environmental attitudes and truly alter their behaviors, universities must fully commit resources towards initiatives across campus inclusive of their faculty and curricula. Education across the curriculum is a critical factor in changing student attitudes and behavior, as a single professor's inclusion of the topic in their course is not enough to influence change. Along with the curriculum, universities should approach environmental sustainability more holistically to model how effective decision makers approach the topic in the business world. In simply exposing students to pro-environmental habits on campus, along with equipping students with environmental knowledge and critical thinking skills, universities could alter the future of the natural world as we know it.